Hey guys, it's Redmaster here. I've been kind of juggling these recordings back and forth all day. I finally think this is gonna be the one that just can go straight to YouTube, and I'll get more of that later. At the moment, um, but for now, let's talk about what we're doing here. We are talking about the October patch, the new season, the new ranking, the new card changes. Let's start out with the ranking seasons first of all. Changes include new badge level maximum of 30, 100 stars for every badge, and a reset at the first of each month. You're not going to spend too much time on this. It's, whatever your opinions can on this, but I think it's a good way. You're pumping out more games, you're pumping out more badges, you're keeping players interested in the game, and you're keeping their interest alive. Just general change to keep the game going, to keep the game fresh, to keep players motivated to get to the top. I think that's a good change there. Let's move on to the cards now. As I said, sorry, I'm gonna. We can now, well, we can't. We can now get Wotan off of our list of please change this. But I'll get to that in a later. First of all, let's hit Maddie and Call to War. These cards have been changed, pretty much for the better in my opinion. Let's start off with Maddie and I'll explain why. The initiative of summoning a random mage to the field instead of adding it to your hand is very good for the card. You're getting 2 units for the price of 4 gold, and depending on what you get, you're seeing a free unit, as it be Wind Mage, Pyromancer, or even a Maddie into Maddie. That's a possibility. Interesting possibility at that point. Probably it's pretty funny. I'm trying to figure out what to say here. Summoning a random mage, I guess, can help you pretty much to just boost this card's overall power. I think you may see more action of it, and I think this is probably the better choice between Maddie and Call to War and which RNG is better, and I'll explain why now, as we're moving on to Call of War. So, like I said, Maddie, summoning a random mage, good change there. Call to War, moving on to now. Now this RNG is a bit more risky than Maddie, because now you're risking summoning units that can't move, including Eye of Dominion, Hassan Guard Tower, and Suit of Armor. That's what I was thinking of. And the Colossus too, if you're not big on movement decks. But yeah, I think this is a pretty riskier change. And Cold War I generally liked previously. You're adding 2 units to your hand that cost 3 or less. That's a defense mechanism. You kind of have to keep that card relatively okay. I mean, summoning a random unit is still good, and for 2 gold, yeah, I guess that kind of works out well. So, yeah, not really much going on there with Call to War and Maddie. Though they did get some basic mechanic changes, I think they, in the long term, may be more utilized by more players. Moving on, we have Dragon's Horde next. Dragon's Horde. Now, Dragon's Horde, you're taking the RNG aspect of Call to War and Smuggling Ring and putting them together. Now, I think this is a good change for the card. I really didn't appreciate seeing people sacrifice health for their castle and bring out a King Crab turn 1, a Swordsman turn 2, a Kaiju, what have you. That card was basically just a way to instantly bring out a bigger guy, and for 0 gold, it costs you nothing to do. But I think keeping the RNG aspect alive and putting it into your hand, I think this is a good card, a good change for Dragon's Horde. You're gaining 1 gold too, I think, to keep the pirate aspect in there. But like I said, taking the unit from Call to War, taking the spell from the Smuggling Ring, you're putting it into 1 card, all for 3 gold. I think it's a good change on that. Now, Wotan. Now I'm trying to follow the list as solidly as I can here, and you can probably tell by that. But Wotan, the very controversial dragon, has recently been stirring up trouble in the meta, as most of you know, and he was finally hit with a patch, which was removing this last will effect. Before I talk about Wotan, just a quick shout out to Vontre. Get rid of this last will thing, if you will. It doesn't really have the ability anymore, and I'm not sure if that's a temporary thing or if that really is a bug. But yeah, we gotta kind of X this out of the whole Wotan card. But anyway, going back to Wotan here, I really didn't like his last will. Just going back to the hand after each time he died really made it seem like the card was invulnerable. And with no discarding in the game, you're really just holding Wotan in your hand there. You're not losing him. But Wotan was always supposed to be a glorified attack buff. He really shouldn't be played as often as he should be. So yeah, like I said, glorified attack buff, good getting rid of the last will. Hopefully he'll see a decrease maybe in the whole rat abuse spam thing. Yeah. That's pretty much all I have to say about Wotan. Fenrir, moving on to him. Let's see, the nerf was that he lost 1 attack point. Still very usable, guys. I mean, 4 movement, rampage. He just, even with an armory on the field, he still gets the 6 attack. I mean, there's really nothing to complain about this card. Keep using him. I think he's fine where he is. He shouldn't be called now garbage, because he's not. I know people are saying, oh, he lost the attack, I can't use him. No. He could still be used. And, for Viking runners who are running greed, or any sort of pressing big units, that's what I should say, I think this is your go-to card. Moving on to Deflecting Shield? Yeah, I think it's Deflecting Shield. Deflecting Shield, not fixed. It's not fixed in my opinion. 5 gold for the same ability. It actually makes the situation worse. I kinda think that, you could play Primordial turn 3, a health buff like Pacifism or Dragon's Crest Shield turn 4, Deflecting Shield turn 5, and by then you're smacking base damage. This card needs to be fixed. I know everyone's complaining about several cards needing to be fixed, but, if you're going to focus on one to start, please make it be this one. Hopefully it'll also cut down on the aura immunity possibility, in my opinion. And finally, we're doing Rally of the Town. Now, Rally of the Town is, sort of, I think, to coincide with the whole Maddie and Call to War change. You have 2 units, 4 gold, and technically 4 because the peasants initiate their ability of summoning their rats, which I think is a good way to kind of buff the summoning potential of this card. You're getting 4 units for 4 gold. That's simple enough. I think Rally the Town, wherever it was at in the whole usage situation, I think it's trying to stay at that same position where it is. So that's all the October patch card change, guys. But before I go, I'm going to go over a couple things happening with the channel here on forward. Starting with today's whole big issue, as some of you may know, I was having problems exporting my original footage from Twitch to YouTube. This one's actually going to be just straight to YouTube upload. We'll send that out there, and I think it might cause a whole different change. For those of you who've watched me on Twitch, I know I have a video up that may be different. It's a different version from this. I know if you want to see both versions, because maybe in the first one I was a bit more lively, I think, in my opinion, in that one. This is kind of like take 5 of this on YouTube. but I think my Twitch is like take 2. I still scrapped my original footage, but still, this whole video has been causing, kind of in my head a bit, a choice between going from Twitch to YouTube. And I think what I'm going to do is, videos I'm going to record like this will go to YouTube, big stream and whatnot will go on Twitch through streaming, of course. And speaking of videos to YouTube, of course we have the tutorial series every Friday. That's not ending soon, guys. For those of you I know who don't like my tutorial series, saying that, oh, it's too basic, it's not for me, I want to see something more advanced. And I know you want to see something more advanced. The tutorial series was, in my plan, based off for people who are very new at this game and need a couple pointers here and there where to go. Those videos will not be ending soon. I have a bunch more planned out, upcoming. But for those of you who are wishing I would release more advanced content, fear not. I will be releasing a new series tomorrow. Hopefully with this new recording and putting it to YouTube method. Hopefully that works out better than the just straight Twitch export. But if all goes well, a new series will be up Tuesday, and hopefully pique some of your interest, and, hopefully you can follow that. So, not to recap, but of course I'll also include snippets like this October patch and any other patches, news, or hot fixes along the way. I'll, of course, be putting those as soon as I can onto YouTube. But to recap on the video schedule, new series starting tomorrow every Tuesday, tutorial series every Friday, with the exception of this week. I'll have to release it Thursday because I'll be in Comic-Con Friday, and snippets of important information and news on Cards and Castles whenever I can get them out, like this one. That's about it for my channel schedule, but before I leave, I have to give you one more piece of exciting news. Over on my server, I'm currently reviving the Auto Build Anarchy. For those of you who are unaware, it was a tournament that was big back in the day, and unfortunately, in its sequel, got shut down pretty heavily by unnecessary changes in the time of last April, a time that, everyone got hit hard in a negative way for the game, in my opinion. But I'm going to try and bring it back, Auto Build Anarchy, if you're interested in joining. Details on my Discord server. The link to that server will be down below. And hopefully that's about it.